Please leave a message after the
T-Kun sent me a picture. I sent it to you, boy. You saw it, and you just sent me a text saying "fucking hell." Let me get the picture up. Hold on. It's about.
Is this like just a hoax or internet meme, or is this like legit?
No, it's legit, and I got the story as well. So
what the fuck? Well, how could this be legit?
All right, read the story because I want you to read it, and then I'll play the clip because I sent you it's a picture. T-Kun sent this to me. I wish he voicemailed in, but maybe maybe it was a bit too hot for her. So basically, in the southern states of America, they're passing a heartbeat bill, which is basically that when the fetus gets to term to the point where they detect a heartbeat, they're creating a law where you cannot terminate. The doctors will be prosecuted. The woman carrying the baby will be prosecuted. It's illegal. It's murder. It's been going on for a while now, and but T-Kun sent me a link to I don't know if it's a senator. He's trying to make an exemption to this law, which is black babies. So could you read out the picture I sent you, which details this, and then I'll play the clip to clarify what this is about.
Okay, so the picture is, let me open up our chat. It says, Ohio Democrat drafts amendment seeking to make black babies exempt from pro-life law. Meaning like they could get aborted.
Yeah.
And this is, you want to talk about like one of the biggest landmines you could just set up, make it all nice and pretty, and then step on yourself.
Yeah.
It's just not just the hot topic of pro-life or,
pro-choice,
woman's choice.
Yeah.
It's also, now you've also thrown in there, well, if they're a certain race, I guess it's okay for them to have the choice of death.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what the fuck these people are thinking. I think it's what you're saying. They're just trying to get attention. Because, like, for fuck's sake, American politicians don't even need to have the majority to be in their seat anymore. That's how bad our system is. It's like, literally, if you had all the choices laid out, and this guy would have gotten, like, I don't know, 13%. But because they make it so it funnels down to two people, oh, well, I guess he got 50% of the compromise. By the way, speaking of which, I want to talk about Game of Thrones. I'll eat up some time, and you were looking for topics.
let's leave that until let's wrap up this stuff a bit first. So
right. No, but I'm just saying that now so we don't forget later.
Okay, so let me play the clip I got, and then we'll carry on. It's a bit of a long clip. I'm gonna cut it short. It's a 2-minute clip. I'm gonna cut it short just so the guy can read the story in full, and then we'll talk about it because I can't wrap my head around if this is it. Congresswoman thinks she's doing the right thing, if she's obliviously super racist, or let me play the clip first and we'll come back.
Welcome back, everyone. And this one, honestly, this turns my stomach. It seems that an Ohio state congresswoman has drafted an amendment saying that while the current law says you cannot abort a child after a heartbeat is detected, you can if they're black. The fact that anyone, anywhere, could actually present an amendment to a state constitution like that shows me a person that should have no authority over anyone, anywhere, at any time. But, of course, here it's presented by the person doing it as just necessary. Apparently, Representative Janine Boyd drafted the amendment, which would exempt African Americans from the heartbeat bill. Now, of course, as she goes on to say, Boyd likened restrictions on abortion to slavery, as she urged her fellow lawmakers to support the measures. Black slaves were once treated like cattle and put out to stud in order to create generations of more slaves, argued the Democrat. Our country is not far enough beyond our history to legislate as if it is. Now, for those of you who have watched long enough, for those of you who have followed me on Twitter, you'll know that I studied for several years to become a history teacher, social studies teacher, in fact. And sadly, due to the fact that in my area only coaches get those classes, I'm not able to teach. But I can tell you that, on one hand, Representative Boyd is correct. Slave owners, 150 plus years ago, would force their slaves to breed. In fact, some of them would impregnate their female slaves personally because they would see the child as the child of a slave unless a slave themselves. But telling people who have sex willingly that, and I'm going to start over, telling people who are pregnant now that you can abort your child up to the point a heartbeat is detected is not the same thing. It is not breeding slaves.
Man, I'm even confused why she used slavery to defend her point.
This lady is white, right? Like, she's not black. She can't be black.
I believe she's white. Yeah, I believe she's white.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I don't know if she's living in La La Land or she just can't hide the racism, but it's pretty fucking bad.
But it sounds like she thinks, this is the thing, the heartbeat bill, women feel subjugated, that the laws force them to keep babies when they're not viable, and the heartbeat bill is just the lowest bar, just to force women to do with their bodies what the government tells them. But this woman's like, but black people need the freedom, need that extra freedom. So it's okay for every other woman, but the black woman, if we don't give the black woman that choice, then it's like we're keeping them in slavery. Is that the kind of argument she's trying to present? Because it's nonsensical.
I think it is, but it is nonsensical. Like, why is it okay for any race to get a different privilege than any other race?
Exactly. Just explain that.
Who cares about which race it is? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It just sounds like she's trying to mask her racism by using slavery. It's some kind of ninja logic that makes no sense. She's using the heinousness of slavery to say we subjugated black people back in the day, but the law itself is oppressive. The heartbeat bill itself is oppressive, but we should give black people the choice. It just sounds like this is what it sounds like. That anyone with two open eyes, it should sound like this. Protect all babies except for black babies.
It does sound that way to me. That's the initial thought I had when I read that headline. And I was just like, why?
And by the way, yeah, you see how you're chuckling? When T-Con sent me that message, I laughed. Initially, I thought she felt uncomfortable. I said, I'm laughing because it's so fucking ludicrous. I can't help but just when I saw the picture, it's all over Instagram. When I heard this congresswoman trying to pass this law, I just thought, are you really that fucking insane? Like, really? I mean, I don't know how she isn't getting, I don't know, maybe she's getting chased down on social media, but it's bad enough, the heartbeat bill. But I believe in pro-choice for women. I do believe it's a woman's body. I think if you wanted to know my opinion, I think the heartbeat bill is a new low in terms of that's crazy. I know it's not all states. I know it's the South mainly. And I know a lot of people hate it or going against it. But then this woman, you just couldn't think it could get any more insane. But then this woman comes along and is like, hey man, but black kids, nah, you can get rid of them. What does that say? You say all life is precious, but then you say the black kids, nah, it's okay for them. How can that not come off as super fucking racist?
Well, here's the thing, because there's actually two ways to look at it from how I'm seeing it, and neither of them make sense or are not racist. The first one is, like you were saying, it's okay if black people want to kill their babies, but everybody else, no, pro-life. or conversely, no, nobody gets that choice with their body except for black women. It's like, what?
Then you're racist against everyone else.
Oh, yeah. It's there's no way to make it good.
Yeah. She just sounds like a fucking racist, man. There's
just something, okay? And it's not wholesome. That's all I have to say.
I can't lie. I find it hilarious because it's so ludicrous and abhorrent. Let me use that word. It's so ludicrous and abhorrent. I can't help but laugh.
Yeah, I can't talk about it without laughing because of how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
Please leave. Another message at voiceofmail.com.